Hello everybody, second week. My first app of the week for the app show is dapplite, D-A-P-P Lite. It is a iPhone app, and I think you could probably do it on the iPad as well, which would make sense since this is the app show, where you can develop your own iPhone application in terms of the layout. So it's kind of like a wireframing app, but in terms of, you know, this button here, that button there, these are the requesters, this is the form. And it's so that you can make your own walkthrough before you go and see a developer. So you can have a whole like layout of how the app should function. And then when you go to a programmer and say, I want this building, he has an idea of how it all hangs together. And there's two versions. The Lite obviously allows you to do some things, and Pro. I don't think it's too expensive. It's a nice little app. So you can get that at dapp.carrowfrog.com.au.
So it's an Australian program.
Australian site.
My first app is instamessage. There's loads and loads of apps for finding out who's following you, who's stopped following you, putting different information, laying it over the top of your photos. And this is another one I found that I really like because it's got some really unusual little backgrounds for putting messages out there. It's by nbdapps.com, and they are at instamessage on Twitter. Instamessage
Design and post messages.
This is on Instagram.
Okay.
So just for posting updates with little pictures in the background, but there's some really nice ones on there to just sort of drop into your timeline on Instagram.
Nice. I use a similar app to that, overlay stuff. My second app of the week is something that I'm trying to get sorted, which is my address books. My address book is a nightmare. Even over lunchtime, I looked at my address book for me, and I've got all the Phil Campbells from around the world from the event. This is an app called smartmerge, cleaner, easy backup, and multi-edit. And what's really good about it is it takes your Facebook contacts and your contacts that are already in your phone, and it looks for duplicates and merges and all that sort of stuff. But once you've got a cleaner kind of contact database, you can also put people into groups. So you can SMS people, or if they haven't got a if they haven't got a phone number, for instance, it will send it via email. So it's a really nice system for me to, instead of just looking at mailing lists, if I want a bunch of people I've met at events to know something, I can just send them stuff, because I'm really not up to date with my contact database at all. So I'm trying to merge it together.
Well, my second app is audiobooks. Sounds like it could be any audiobooks, but this is part of the Travelling Classics series, and I picked this up over Christmas. They're www.crossforward.com, and they've got 5,154 classic audiobooks for free. And there's certain classic novels I've never listened to, so I laid back one night whilst people were watching the telly and fiddling with your iPhones and listened to Alice in Wonderland,
Nice.
which I'd not listened to or got round to reading. So there's all those sorts of things, and they're free, really good quality, and also voiceover sort of for gaming and voiceovers. It's a very real industry, so I was very interested to sort of see who was on there and look at their profiles. So audiobooks,
Nice.
the Travelling Classics series.
Very nice. My final app is flightboard. I had to look at that. I thought it said flightboard. I was like, I'm going to know that. So I'm going to be travelling again, probably the start of Feb, definitely the start of March, and I do flap a little bit when I get into the airports. I don't mean to, but I end up like thinking, did I look at is it the right gate? Is it the right gate? And so flightboard is really good because it puts all the stuff on the front end of, you can see all the updates in real time for the airport. And also you can track your flight if it's going to be delayed, and your flight in front of that if you're getting a connecting flight. And like it says, winner of the 2012 Webby Award for Best Travel App. You can't really get a higher recommendation than that, really. So touch into the arrivals and departures board for any airport in the world. So very useful for people picking you up as well.
My third and final app is an information app. It's how to use LinkedIn and get work. And I found quite a lot of these apps that they're not a service or a tool. They're sort of interactive books. And this is by a company called epiclearninggroup.com. They're Epic Talk on Twitter. And they've made this app, and they've got instructional videos in there, but it's all focused on LinkedIn and how you can get the best out of LinkedIn.
Nice.
So it's a really nice way of learning about a topic using your mobile phone, and having it's a book in itself. So books are very focused with turning pages, but it's not digital. You can't take it around with you. So I really like this sort of emergence of those apps for information.
Very nice. There are 6 apps this week. If you do like our app show, 6x6, do subscribe. We'll catch up with you next week.